Oh, that's a good
There we go. Hey, I'm still on time. It's still 4:30. So instead of being 1 minute early, I'm on time. Okay, hold up. Hold up. Now I gotta see if it's working. Dun da 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 dun da 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 dun da da. Oh! It is. There we go. So instead of being 10 minutes early, I was then 1 minute early, and then instead of being 1 minute early, I was basically exactly on time. So that kind of worked out. Hello everyone, welcome to the WAN show. You might notice that today I am acting as Linus. I'm pretty bad at acting as Linus, so I'm just going to revert exactly back to acting as Luke. He's over there, building a thing. Can they know about the thing?
What the hell, sure.
Okay, so he's building a Linus Tech Tips themed computer,
Oh,
which...
no, that's not what I'm doing today. This
What?
is 7 gamers, 1 CPU.
Oh, it super looks like it's Linus Tech Tips themed.
Yeah, I kind of did that too.
Okay, so he's building a kind of not really the point of the video, but also slightly Linus Tech Tips themed computer, which is 7 gamers, 1 CPU. They can know that? And
Sure.
can they know where it's being shown off at?
Sure, yeah. Hey, they're WAN show viewers. They're the loyal ones.
Where is it? Where is it being shown
It's
off?
going to be at Kingston's thing.
Kingston.
At CES.
Okay, it's gonna be shown off at CES at Kingston's like booth or thing or
Yeah, whatever they have.
whatever it is that they have. We'll be there. We'll be covering that. Be sure to check out youtube.com/Linus Tech Tips for all of our CES coverage. There's gonna be tons of it. I think it's like over 60 videos this year that we're planning to do. So yeah, and if some of the rumors turn out to be true, some cool things could be happening. I think ASUS and is it Gigabyte? I'm gonna have to check into my doc here real quick, but they might both be jumping into the headset space. I don't know if they're gonna have, yeah, ASUS and Gigabyte. ASUS and Gigabyte might both be launching VR devices in 2016. This is a rumor topic. I'm going to drop that into the chat. No, I'm not. We're going to intro the video, which I totally forgot to do. Welcome to the WAN show. I think I already said that part. We have some cool topics. Apple is kind of, I don't know, possibly being dicks, and they're being sued for it. Lawsuit, whatever. China is being really weird and creepy and weird, and it's probably not fine. Valve is losing grace a little bit, especially with Total Biscuit, and TP-Link is apparently going to be making phones because I actually have no idea why. Anyways, intro. Freshbooks! Throw that through the wall. Metal Freshbooks, not metal. Pretty cool. Yeah, okay. And we're back. Yeah, it's just me today. So, that's cool. I was trying to emulate the guy from Fallout 4 there, but I don't think I did a very good job. Anyways, I'm going to share this topic in the doc. We're going to talk about Apple being hit with a lawsuit over iOS 9's performance on older phones. I think particularly the iPhone 4 because of how bad it performs with iOS 9.
iPhone 4 doesn't have iOS 9.
That's literally what the topic is about.
Really?
Yeah. This topic might have a problem.
My 4 didn't get the update.
It's literally, okay.
Hashtag blame Colton.
The title of the topic is Apple hit with lawsuit over iOS 9's performance on older iPhones. And then the third note is after upgrading software, iPhone 4s have apparently become so slow they are unusable for day-to-day conditions.
No.
We're going to pretend that topic didn't happen. Moving forward, a new law forces Chinese companies to provide encryption keys. So I'm going to post that in the chat really quick. We're going to just pretend for now that I guess Apple isn't having a lawsuit being shot against them. I guess that's fine. I'm going to show you guys the article, but it's really boring because it's literally just text. So we're going to jump back here. Basically, as far as I can tell, you don't have to like submit all of your passwords and encryption keys all the time. It's just if they ever ask for them, you have to immediately give them over. Encryption keys, passwords, whatever. It's part of a new legislature. Apparently, Kazakhstan is the only other nation that has done this, and they're claiming that the only other nation that has compromised encryption for citizens' data, compromised encryption of citizens' data for the sake of the state. I think some people would argue that that is happening elsewhere as well, but, you know, I don't know. They're claiming that, oh, no, we're not installing any backdoors, but in my opinion, it's not any better to forcibly take the key for the front door. So, I don't know. For those of you in chat wondering where Linus is, he's literally right there, but he's a little bit too busy to be on WAN show. I'm going to reiterate what I talked about earlier. He's building a computer that is for 7 people to play on one computer. You guys might have seen a video that, wow, I'm really used to pointing in the top right-hand corner whenever I reference videos, but you guys might have seen a video where he built one computer for 2 people. He's scaling that up a bit. I'm not going to tell you all the hardware exactly included. I actually only know probably one type of the components of the hardware that's included, but that's fine. And there's, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's orange and black. It looks LTT themed, but that's not really the point. He just really likes those colors. And it's going to be shown off at the Kingston HyperX area at CES, where we're going to be covering a huge amount of videos. Over 60, I think, is what Nick said in the meeting I just had with him. And I think it's like over 60 minimum. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, back to China. Yeah, they're required to hand over encryption keys and passwords when requested by the government. So like I said, it's not like a constant thing. Anytime you set an encryption key, you don't have to constantly hand it over, but it's not like that's really any better. They're claiming that it won't damage people's freedom of speech or religion, but it's China, so I don't really want to get into politics. I think that's all I'm going to say about that. Government also says that it won't violate anyone's intellectual property rights, and it's going to be coming into effect January 1st. So you have, is it January 1st in China already?
So.
Yeah, so good luck with that if you're in China. I think that's already applied. So GG. Although if you're in China and you're able to watch this stream, and yeah, that's pretty good, I guess. Total Biscuit apparently tears Valve a new one, and I watched the video, and he definitely does. And to be completely honest, they kind of deserve it. I'm going to post the Linus Tech Tips topic for this, if the forum's even up right now. Oh, it's a little slow, but it's working. Oh, that's good enough. I'm going to post that in the chat. Basically, what he talks about isn't necessarily... He says that it's bad that it happened, but the main thing that he's saying is that it's bad... how they responded to it. They didn't tell people very quickly. They didn't even respond to it, I think, until after Total Biscuit's video. And a lot of people are speculating that that's the reason why they responded to it, because that was a huge PR nightmare for them. Anyways, on December 15th, Steam found that the network had malfunctioned. That's a weird way of saying that their caching started having issues. They use an external service, an external company, to manage their caching. It lasted for about an hour before Valve had to shut down Steam to fix it. Valve didn't release a statement until December 30th, so that happened 5 days later. Seems like a fairly excessive amount of time. It was a configuration error. There was, I think, 2,000 times the average traffic on the store than there normally is, largely due to the sale and also because of a DDoS or a DOS attack that hit them. So they tried to set up a different caching configuration to help manage that, and that actually helped a little bit, but not enough, so they applied another one, a second caching configuration. That one had problems, and basically 34,000 users were affected. If you didn't log in at that point in time, if you didn't go to the store at that point in time, you're fine. It wasn't you. The contents that were on those pages varied quite heavily, but it was some personal information, which is not great. Billing addresses, last 4 digits of phone numbers, purchase histories, last 2 digits of credit card numbers, full names, all of that kind of stuff. Valve was working with, like I said, a web caching partner to help mitigate stuff, and they're working with that same partner to try to identify the individual victims of this problem. One of the things was as well that it wasn't like someone found a day zero way to get through a problem. It was anyone that was using the store. If you navigated to another page, you might just randomly get dumped on another user's session. That being said, everything was in more or less a read-only mode, because if you tried to change anything, it would realize that you weren't in the right session and then nothing would happen. So there were some people online claiming that they were white knighting and deleting people's customer information to help protect them. No. There's absolutely no evidence of that happening, and it doesn't actually make any logical sense that it could have happened. So no, that wasn't a thing. What Total Biscuit was trumpeting here was that it's a giant problem, people being able to see other people's information because of stuff like swatting that has happened lately. And if this information got dumped into a big website or something, and someone pissed you off online, and you looked up their name, and you happen to be able to get all of their information, like their address, their full billing address, which is probably where they live, you would be able to swat them, which is very true. It hurts me to talk about this because we had our security breach not even that long ago, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, really bad with time frames. Maybe less than that, 3 months ago, 2 months ago,
Something like that.
I don't know, whatever. We had a security breach, it was not good, but in our defense, I think we responded quite quickly and quite heavily. We sent a PM to every single user on the forum. We tried to send an email to every single user on the forum, but randomly, surprisingly, sending out that many emails kind of got us detected by a few spam services, so they didn't necessarily hit everybody, unfortunately. And we put like big red banners all over the place telling people that bad things were going on. Yeah, Valve's response was less than satisfactory. They responded to, I think, Kotaku or someone, GameSpot or something, like a while afterwards, and didn't address any of the individual users. And then finally, I'm going to post this in the chat, they posted a statement as a all games news update, which, like, when they're interesting, I find these things on like Reddit or the forum. And outside of that, basically never see them because I don't know why I would go there. So they posted this. It's called Update on Christmas Issues. And this is where they talk about everything that happened, how it happened, yada, yada, yada. It's just bad form. And one thing that Total Biscuit talks about as well is that Steam and Valve kind of have more or less of a cult following, considering we've talked about making a bronze statue of Gay Ben. I think I would have to agree that that is true. A lot of our Christmas songs were directly to Gay Ben, because we replaced deities' names with Gay Ben. So, I don't know, might have some truth there. And he's saying that they might be falling out of grace lately with a few things that they've done. And yeah, I don't know, having literally one of the world's worst customer support systems for a company of this size and doing things like this is not helping them. It's Gabe Newell for like the 2 people in chat that are legitimately confused and the 18 people in chat that are trolls. Yeah, anyways, moving onwards. TP-Link is apparently making a smartphone next year under the Nephos line of branding. Why are they going to do this? Personally, I don't really know, but I'll tell you why they think they're going to do this in a moment. There's the article right there. So TP-Link claims that they hold 42.9% market share on Wi-Fi products. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be good at making smartphones. That's not part of their notes, but that's just something I wanted to say. They're saying that their brand will offer a user-friendly design that is smart and simple. I guess they didn't really look into the Firefox OS line of phones, or else they'd realize that that, 1, isn't a new angle, and 2, I don't know if anyone's asking for that because Samsung Child Mode is like actually surprisingly good, and if you want an ultra spun down phone, you can just try that, I guess. Yeah, I honestly don't understand why they think this is a good idea. Not only is the smartphones market right now super, super saturated, but if you've watched anyone that's reviewed smartphones lately, and I think Linus has even said this himself, there isn't a lot of differentiation between them. Everyone's just like, well, this is a new version of Android that'll get outdated as you use your phone because updates for Android are terrible. It has X processor and Y whatever, just like the same as everybody else does, and that's about it. Hooray. So what are you going to do? Make a not as good smartphone? Is that what simple and easy to use actually means? Smart and simple? Is that a not as good smartphone? I don't know if anyone's asking for that. I don't know.
During WAN show today, it's kind of fun being an outsider.
I like reading this article. I actually had to do fact checking to make sure that it was real. And someone wasn't just like trying to make a hype train thing because CES is coming soon, and they're like, let's just make all the rumor announcements we can to get all the traffic that we can. But no, it seems to be real, which is weird. Yeah. They haven't commented on whether or not they'll be targeting budget or mid-segment or high-segment smartphones. I'm going to assume it's going to be budget or mid-segment smartphones because of the smart and simple side of things. I love that they're saying that they're going to be making smart smartphones. That's kind of funny. President of TP-Link Jeff Chow says that the intention of Nephos is establishing a seamless connection between people and devices. So basically, TP-Link Jeff Chow, the president, said literally nothing. So that was really helpful, Jeff. Thank you for saying that. New York is finally installing its promised public Wi-Fi. Apparently they announced this in 2014, so I don't know if the finally is like necessarily really needed there, because it's going to be 2 years in like a few hours if you live where I live, and that's not that bad for establishing massive Wi-Fi across an entire massive city like New York. Apparently they're going to be, oh, did I share this? I think I shared this. I'm going to try to share this. I did not share this. I will share the thingy in the chat thingy in a second thingy. It's from The Verge, so that's cool. I guess if you like The Verge. The Verge is pretty cool. I should have had a mouse for this, but I didn't. That's probably fine. So they have to establish 7,500 hubs throughout the city. On December 28th, workers began installing the first Link NYC access points. The idea here is replacing telephone booths with these things. They have giant ad screens on the side. What side? Like 55-inch ad screens. That note has apparently been taken out of the dock. It was here at one point in time. I don't know why it's there. It is. Never mind. I'm lying. Sorry, Colton. Hubs will include USB charging ports, touchscreen web browsing, which how long is that going to work for, and two 55-inch ad displays. The city's estimating that they will make $500 million in revenue over the next 12 years. So that's pretty significant, although I'm sure it will cost a fair amount to get gigabit Wi-Fi, which is what they're claiming, basically all over the place. There's been some controversy. This part was taken out of the dock, but I requested for part of it to be taken out, so I understand why it happened. There's been some controversy that smaller bourbon, I think is what they call it. Is it suburban, bourbon? I don't know. Smaller bourbon areas are not getting the reported speeds that they were promised. That sucks. I'm sorry, while you pat your tears with your free public Wi-Fi, that it's not quite as fast as they promised. I would definitely complain if I lived in New York, but I don't really feel that bad for you when I live out here, and that's never going to be a thing. Anyways, I think it's pretty cool. I'm happy that they found a way to profit off of it, because if I was someone who lived in that city, I wouldn't want this to just necessarily be a giant financial burden on the city, and having two 55-inch advertisement displays, while you might not like advertisements in your city, you live in New York, they're probably everywhere anyways, so I don't really think it's that big of a deal. Google is trying to ditch passwords. This is kind of super weird and also interesting. I'm going to post that in the chat for a second and maybe actually show this one up on the screen, although keeping a trend going might not be a bad idea, so I could just have you guys stare at my face while I look at the screen down below me this whole time. It sounds like a great idea. Basically, what they're planning on doing is using your smartphone as your login device. A lot of people are using the Google Authenticator already, but what this will do is make it so that, say you want to log into your email on a laptop. You would type in your email, attempt to log in, then it would push a notification to your phone. You would pull that notification down, press the yes button, possibly select a number, and then it would log you in on the desktop. Actually kind of interesting. No need for passwords anymore. The idea is actually removing passwords, and then your password would more be a fallback. So if, say, someone stole your phone, you could use your password to remove your phone as a login device. which is actually kind of interesting. There isn't a ton of information out right now as to like how it works, exactly what it's doing, any of that kind of stuff. I'm gonna try to find, did you not put it in here? Oh, I think you did. Awesome. Yay, Colton. Thank you, Colton. So once this loads, okay, so this is what you would see. So you see your Google sign-in page. I don't know why he put his email in here where it's easy to see for everyone. This is not Colton's email, but anyways, that's fine. So you go to log in, but as you can see, there's no password field. You just click next. It tells you to check your phone, tap yes, and then tap 21 on your phone to log in. So I'm assuming it will have a yes button, which you press in your notification tray, and then I'm assuming that it will give you a grid of numbers, and you then select the correct one, and it lets you log in your desktop. This is the trying to sign in notification that you would see on your phone. Here's the yes button for signing in on another computer. Oh, there we go. I hadn't actually seen these before. He showed me these like right before I went live. So what number do you see on your screen? It's asked for 21, so you press 21, and then boom, you're logged in. I actually think it's pretty neat. Right now, I'm just using crazy, ridiculous passwords for all my things that I can't remember anyways, and I have a password manager remember them. So this seems fine, actually, for me. I like the idea of having that fallback password that they were talking about where you can quickly remove the ability to do this from whatever phone you may or may not have lost, because that is extremely important. Having something set up so that you can remove the easy to log in things that are out there that should be secured because they should be on your person all the time is a very good idea. The only thing that worries me here is if you're, say, in a foreign country and you lose your phone while you're out and about somewhere and can't get back to a computer very quickly and someone's able to steal all your stuff quickly, that kind of sucks. But at the same time, you should have security on your phone in some degree, whether that's a passcode or a fingerprint or whatever, preferably a fingerprint. Those have been pretty badass lately. This is a little bit of a controversial topic, so I'm going to have to two-step this one and make sure that I don't do it horribly so that literally everyone in Twitch chat tries to stab me or doesn't try to stab me. So give me a moment. Dumped that in chat. I'm now going to give you guys the controversial title. To handle VR graphics, gaming PCs have to be 7 times more powerful. Okay, that's not a controversial title at all. Let me jump back here and read the controversial title that's in the top, the doc. NVIDIA says GameWorks VR will help adoption. Expects 25 million PC gamers to adopt VR. And jumping back to the article. Okay, so NVIDIA GameWorks VR does have some really cool technologies in it, but as everyone in the tech space has probably known for a long time now, NVIDIA GameWorks is not the easiest thing for AMD to work with ever. There's arguments that go on both sides. There is people looking at Tomb Raider and showing Tress effects, which was open, and NVIDIA's performance being a little bit lower, and then they were able to patch up and fix it. And then they're showing GameWorks titles where AMD was doing fine compared to NVIDIA, but then GameWorks gets added last minute, and then AMD doesn't do as well, blah, blah, blah. I think it's a little bit strong-fisted to say that GameWorks VR will help overall adoption. I like some ideas behind it, like being able to make VR games more efficient and run better and all this kind of stuff. Those are good ideas. But if you're trying to help overall adoption and closing off performance windows to part of the potential audience, that might not end up helping adoption. I don't know why Taryn is standing behind it. You can just join me, Taryn.
What are you doing?
This is WAN show. Yeah.
Is this live?
Yeah.
But it's not Friday. Wait.
This is
Friday?
like, no, because tomorrow's New Year's. Are you coming into work tomorrow, Taryn?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
You are too?
Yes. All 3 of us.
Why didn't we just do the WAN show tomorrow if you're all going to be here?
Because I'm going to be doing this.
All day?
I
Wait.
have another one.
You're not.
Oh,
What?
wow.
What do you mean you have another one? You mean your
There's
personal
2.
build rig?
There's 2 builds.
I thought that was the last build. Do I have to edit both of them?
I don't know yet. I'm working on it.
Oh no. I've been editing all day. Every day.
Is this your, like,
forever.
need to walk around break because you're going crazy?
Yes.
Okay. You can just take that.
I
That
don't
can be
want
yours
it.
now. Oh, but you're putting it on you.
Well, 'cause I'm the sheriff. So what are we talking about here?
We're talking about GamesWorks VR and VR market adoption and how NVIDIA thinks that their platform will help overall adoption up to 25 million users. They don't actually give a date at to which time there will be 25 million VR users, so that could be 2050 for all we know.
What's their VR? Have we seen it yet? Is that the Oculus? Which one is
NVIDIA
theirs?
are the guys that make the graphics cards.
Oh, well, okay. But they don't have their own.
No.
Okay.
No.
I was like, whoa, is there something? I
No,
haven't heard
okay,
of?
so GameWorks VR
Yeah.
is like a software platform that can
Right.
help developers of games for VR to make their games run better on basically NVIDIA cards. And part of it is like VR SLI, which is being able to run 2 graphics cards and have one of them render for one eye and one of them render for the other eye.
Now that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because 3D can be pretty brutal.
I'm super down with VR SLI. The whole GameWorks VR thing does sketch me out because I want VR to work more than I want the fact that my computer has NVIDIA graphics cards to run it slightly better.
Right.
So I don't know. I also don't like it when people are like, there will be this many users of this platform, we will help it get to that. And it's like, okay, by when exactly? I was at a conference, VRX, not that long ago. Some people saw my stupid vlog
saw
thing
it.
about that. Thank you, Taryn. And there was quite a few interesting speakers. One of them went up on stage and fully admitted that he basically knew nothing about VR, which was a really interesting way to start your talk. But then after that, talked about how he was a financial analyst and has done a lot of stuff behind smartphones and 3D TVs and like all of these other different kind of things, which he also doesn't really know a lot about, but knows a lot about how much people are going to invest into it, how long it's going to take for people to adopt these emerging technologies, barrier to entry, all this different kind of stuff. And he gave a whole bunch of different stats and ideas and possibilities as to the trending growth of VR. And it was interesting coming from the PC space, hearing everyone talk about the Oculus Rift and hearing him go, that doesn't matter as much in terms of overall market adoption because stuff like the Gear VR is going to be given away for free like crazy, and then more people will be using that.
Wait, Gear VR is being given away for free? What is this?
He speculated that, and then yes, that is starting to happen.
Why is it being given away for free?
When people buy a phone, they're getting the Gear VR with it, which is exactly what he said would happen.
Oh,
Smart dude.
interesting.
Didn't
Hey,
know anything about VR.
Here's a
but smart dude.
question for Luke. Can VR be used for anything other than gaming?
Yeah, for sure.
What kinds of things would it be most useful?
There's already been people speculating on VR movies. Have you read Dune?
I have not read Dune. I should read Dune.
Okay, well, I'm not going to spoil anything in Dune. If you've seen the front cover, you know this much.
There's
a
sand.
lot of it has to do with sand. And
seen the
they made a
movies.
movie. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Did you like the movie?
I thought it was okay.
Most people didn't like the movie.
Oh yeah, because they've read the book.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I
thought
haven't
the
seen the
was
movie.
fine.
I've only
It
read
was
the book.
fine.
Okay. Well, one thing that I've thought of is when a lot of people are saying porn. Yep.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep. The porn industry is super behind this. They're already making like devices to make it more fun.
Right.
They're
Go along
behind
with-
it. They're on top of it.
They're all over
They're
it.
between two of
They're
them.
spraying
Linus,
over
why
it.
don't you just join the WAN show if you're gonna have some comments from over there?
He's working
I know.
on other things. Anyways, yeah, so that's one of them. VR. I think Dune would make a better VR movie than it would make a normal movie.
Oh yeah.
Because a big problem that I see with Dune is that the landscape is probably going to be super boring. It's just lots of sand.
Lots of dunes.
And it's lots of sand and people wearing full suits that cover themselves. So you can't really like see them. And that sounds super boring. But if you put someone like in one of those suits, so it feels slightly claustrophobic, and they're actually surrounded in every way that they look by sand, they might understand the like helplessness
yeah.
idea of it and all that kind of
I can
stuff.
get that, but of course you can't really walk around unless you're on a
No,
360
unless
degree
you're
treadmill.
or something else that they might potentially invent in the future. But yeah, right now like an Omni or something. Yeah, but we'll see. But VR movies is one of them.
Yeah.
There's exploration experiences. So golf courses are already trying to do this.
Oh boy, golf course.
So you can walk the golf course.
3D.
What I'm more interested in is, this is going to sound a little bit grim, but like deathbed bucket list experiences. So if you're like
So?
on your way out
Yeah.
and you're like, I still got some things on my bucket list. I want to skydive. I want to view the pyramids and I want to see the Colosseum. There can be like VR setups. Let's say you want to skydive, they set like a fan up above you and put you in a
Right.
VR setup.
You know,
and like,
Sword Art Online touched on a lot
yeah,
of that.
a big thing with Sword Art Online is that would be way ahead of where we are now.
Yeah, like
'cause
that's
it's
actually
tapping
going
into
into your
neural
brain.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, which that's super not happening right now. I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
I
But
would
it's
be.
super not. You'd be surprised if it did?
Oh yeah, that kind of VR, I don't think it's possible.
Not that level. But I wouldn't be surprised because they're already trying to do this to a certain degree. I wouldn't be surprised if they had muscle impulses be transmitted into a computer.
Oh yeah, well,
But
sure,
I don't
for
think
sure.
it'll take it over.
And also, you could definitely have the computer sending signals to you to simulate feeling. Yeah, I can totally believe that.
And that'll be super cool.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
And probably abused horribly, horribly.
Oh yeah,
horribly.
oh yeah. And the porn industry
VR porn.
will love that as well.
A lot of it comes back to VR porn.
Well, you know, porn has been the front runner for like
Of a lot of
VHS,
technologies. Yeah.
and that's the only one that I know of.
Camera
but-
gear?
Yeah, sure. That sounds correct.
No,
I
like
totally
like
believe it.
like low, not insanely high level camera gear.
Yeah.
Like kit that honestly we would buy. It's probably often driven by the porn industry. Outside of that, there's like social stuff. People are already doing social movie viewing. So they set up like a virtual movie theater and you get a seat.
Oh yeah.
And like
okay.
everyone sits in the same, or you can like watch a movie on the moon with some friends.
That's
There's
funny.
like a big projector that goes off the moon and you're
Yeah.
sitting on the moon.
Uh-huh.
The idea of meetups, so you can have like family gatherings in VR, where you get like a 3D scanner to
You know,
scan
like
in
a
your body.
Better than a webcam, basically. I can do that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
That's cool.
I don't know. Some people are saying the internet, there is going to be VR browsers. I don't know how good it's going to be. I know other people have talked about the idea of not having like a huge, crazy multi-screen setup,
Yeah.
but just having a VR headset.
Right. Well, as long as the resolution's good enough,
Yes.
which it's not.
Not right
great
now.
Right now.
Maybe eventually, right? I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to move on from this topic.
VR
Yeah.
Troopers.
VR Troopers?
That was a show. You've never heard of VR Troopers?
No, I've
No.
never heard of VR
Oh.
Troopers. What's VR Troopers?
It's kind of like a Power Rangers knockoff.
Oh. I'd probably prefer Power Rangers.
Oh, I definitely preferred Power Rangers. It was just on after sometimes.
What's the chat?
Talking about
say?
preferring things, Ashley Madison has added 4 million new members since the hack that exposed the users' identities.
Cool.
So apparently people don't care, for one, and two, probably were never really using fully true identities.
Hello,
Okay, I do have something to add to this
Are
one.
you on Ashley Madison?
I am
Linus?
on Ashley Madison. So I've been on Ashley Madison since shortly after the hack when we talked about Ashley Madison and
Me too.
how I'm not on it.
Me too.
Because Ashley Madison does not require email validation to create a free account. So the fact that they have 4 million new members means nothing.
Oh, I thought everybody requires email validation these days.
Not these guys.
Not these guys.
Which is probably part of their marketing campaign because this has probably increased people's confidence in the company. So they probably told people that they have 4 million new members, not just a random statistic. They were like, hey, we have 4 million new members. Hey. And then they posted a news article about it.
Interesting. You know, I heard about this other dating website where it's only for like really attractive people, and they force you to always put new pictures up like every month or so. And they got rid of, they like blocked a whole bunch of users off the website.
Because they're too ugly?
No, because they got fat over the holidays. This was like a couple years ago, and then there was an outpour. There was a flood of new people coming in who heard about this, right? So
Oh
similar
my God.
situation to Ashley Madison, right? Because they're like, oh, I want to be on this site that bans ugly people. You know?
That's horrible. Do you know what it is?
No, I don't remember at all.
That's
I'm sure you could just
hilarious.
Google it.
I don't
It's
really
fine.
care, to be completely
Yeah,
honest.
I just thought that was really
That is
amusing.
funny. Oh my goodness.
Beautiful people only.
So, Taryn, did they let you on the site?
I would have.
I would have too. But that's probably why we're not allowed on the site.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the sheriff.
Sheriff. What else should we talk about here? You are the sheriff, Darren. Rise of the Tomb Raider has a tentative PC release date. LDLC.com reports 29th of the first month of 2016, so like in basically a month. Amazon France reported the same thing, although it's not technically confirmed. Square Enix did say that the game would launch early 2016, so hopefully it is coming.
Which game?
Tomb
Raider?
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Rise of the Tomb Raider. How many Tomb Raiders games are there
Lots, actually.
now?
Recently, just 2.
I see.
But over the whole course of everything, tons of them. Do you remember Traffic Cone, Boob? Do you hear that story?
Yeah.
Is that
well,
technically complete? Like, are we sure that's true?
Wait.
You told me.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. I don't think I've heard the whole thing. I know that the very first Tomb Raider, like, there was such low polygons.
What I've heard, I don't know if this is true. I don't know if it's been confirmed. Twitch chat can probably tell me if it's true or not. But what I've heard is that there was investors coming into the studio for the first Tomb Raider game that they're trying to make, and one of the designers was trying to touch up the what's her name? The Tomb Raider chick.
Lara Croft.
Lara Croft was trying to touch up her design and accidentally like deleted her boobs or something on accident. So it was like, and tried to fix it and put in traffic cones. And then the texture just wrapped over them, right? So like it was kind of fine. And he like admitted the mistake while they were there, but he's like, it's just a representation or whatever. And then they were like, actually we like it, keep it. So I don't know.
That sounds like a myth.
It does. That's why I'm like, When I first heard that they just reused the traffic cone one, I was like, oh, okay, that might be a thing. Because that actually happens a lot in older games. Look at Mario. The bush and the cloud is the same actual thing. They just recolor it. So I was like, okay, that might make sense for memory reasons or whatever. When I heard like the investors coming to the office thing, I was like, this sounds pretty hoaxy to me. I don't know. No one's like really saying. Yeah. I don't know. People are posting little emoticons that look like boobs. That's kind of fun.
That's fine.
I'm going to do sponsor spots.
Traffic cones. No.
They should just texture them like traffic cones?
No, they need to be posting traffic cones. You got to get a traffic cone picture in there.
That's true.
Now.
That's very true. Anyways, Squarespace. They're simple, powerful, and I think that they're beautiful. I don't know. That's an opinion. I think they would make it on that website.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not really sure. 24/7 live chat support and email. It's only $8 a month. You get a domain for free if you sign up for an entire year. It has responsive design. So if you look at it on a laptop or a desktop or that desktop or your phone, it'll look fine. It has a commerce module that every website comes with, which is like an online store. So you can sell stuff like little stormtrooper lights that go on your keys. They're pretty cool. You can spread the feet and they glow in different directions. Anyways, there's a gift from my girlfriend. It's very nice. There's a cover page module, just in case for some reason you only want to have one page on your website. If it's a resume or something like that, everything's fine. You can start a trial with no credit card required and start building your website today. When you sign up for Squarespace, make sure that you use offer code Linus and you'll get 10% off of your first purchase. So if you sign up for a year, get a free domain and get 10% off. That's pretty cool. Squarespace! Build it beautiful.
That's the part that I know. I gotta go. I gotta finish editing.
I wanted to do like the surprise thing.
Bye.
Bye, Taryn. Do 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 do. I didn't put the thing up. There we go. Sorry, Nick. I didn't put the lower third on. Does that mean I need to redo it? Okay, so the lower third is down here. That's where the off code is. I had to like home my fingers in. I went too far one way, then too far the other way, but it's there. Now I'm going to switch to Freshbooks and the lower. I don't think that's how that's supposed to work.
You got this, bro.
I didn't set this part up. I don't know what to do. I'm going to put this here. So there we go. Freshbooks. Freshbooks is the easy-to-use invoicing software that helps small businesses look professional and get paid faster. You can even do things like receive deposits so you can get a little bit of the money for your work before you go do your work, so you know that they're actually going to want you to do it and they'll actually show up for their side of the appointment and stuff like that. It's actually really helpful, especially if you're a small business. It's completely free for 30 days if you go to freshbooks.com/WAN, as you can see in this awkwardly placed box that happens to be right there. It does a lot of stuff. It can track the amount of hours that you do at what job, when, where, all that kind of stuff, so you don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. If you have purchases that need to be made, you just take a picture of the receipt and they can log that for you so that it's easy to expense later on. It has a timesheet function. You can manage your expenses overall in terms of whatever you need to manage. It can even tell you if your clients have looked at the invoice that you have served them, which is nice because if they're like, you never sent me that, you can be like, look, dude, I did. You even looked at it, man. Come on, aren't we friends? You can do that, which is helpful. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to their support staff where you'll speak to a real human, which is cool. No phone tree, no escalations, no return calls, just answers, which is actually kind of nice. So like I said, go to freshbooks.com/WAN and enter WAN in the How Did You Hear About Us section. They also just got a mobile card reader, or mobile. They also got a mobile card reader. There we go. I think you can plug it into your phone, scan cards or something. There's a 3% charge on it, and I think it costs $20. But the 3% charge includes the already there credit card charge, so it's like 0.5% or 1% or something.
Pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's not bad. There's a lot of credit card readers that are worse. So there you go. And it's kind of cool to be able to be like, here's my phone that has a thing, and you can swipe it, and then everything's fine. It's nice. You can take charges while you're there, so you don't have to wait like 30 million years to get someone to pay you. If I sound salty, it's because I've been in that situation. Anyways, jumping back to the normal part of the show. What? Not from you. Actually, you've been pretty good. I meant when I was doing like odd jobs for people. I told you I used to do like IT work for random like offices and stuff. Yeah, that would sometimes take forever. They would always conveniently forget or conveniently not see it. So yeah, I would have probably legitimately used Freshbooks back in the day. Anyways, let's see what more topics we have. I'm gonna do a straw poll thing actually real quick. I want to see what you guys are excited. I don't know what is happening in that room. Straw poll, okay, I'm asking you guys what did you guys just do? What did they do?
Huh?
Why are they freaking out? What did they do?
Nick's telling him about the thing.
What?
The mouse thing?
The mouse thing.
How Nick's been pretending to.
Oh my god.
Oh, gee, upcoming super fun. You can I think you can kind of tease the prank because we'll introduce it right at the beginning of the video, right?
Hey, Burkle. Can you get Burkle to come out here? What has... What are you excited about at CES? Wow, I can't straw poll this. I'm going to Twitter blitz this. Why was I going to straw poll this? That was a horrible idea. You can't input your own opinions at all. Twitter.com. So what I'm going to ask you on the Twitter blitz, which we're, I think, going to use mine because I don't have Linus's login. Do you want to talk about what you just did on the WAN show or no?
Oh, sure.
Okay, cool.
Well, should I? Yeah.
It's up to you. I don't know if that's a... So maybe don't like explain the whole thing. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'll explain it. I'll explain it very briefly. So here, long story short, I've been periodically pranking Taryn for 1 year. Basically since CES last year. And the video I'm trying to do for today wasn't working, so I'm like, you know what?
I did not know about this. There is no way that I would have approved you to do something like this.
Yeah, you did. You definitely did. I told you about it, and you're always asking me, hey, how's that thing with Taryn going? So I guess that's today. I guess that's going to be coming up on Superfun because I didn't actually plan on doing it yet, but we just went through the Windows.
So that's for
we went through a certain prank that didn't actually work because Taryn's too logical. He did too logical of a thing when he experienced it. So
What prank was that?
you'll have to find out.
Oh.
On channel.
No, the one that he
Superfun.
experienced that wasn't good. Is that coming out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But that's it. It's just a prank, dude. Calm down.
Oh my god.
It's just a prank, dude. I just stepped on your shoes.
I hate
It's
those
funny. It's
ones.
a prank.
Oh my god. If someone and like sometimes they stomp on their foot.
Luke, I just poured water on your laptop. It's a prank, though, dude. Don't get mad. Dude, it's a prank. Okay, bye, WAN show.
Makes me so sad. Okay, so you guys actually do have to tweet Linus. I figured out how to make that work. So at Linus Tech on Twitter, and hit him up with what you're excited for us to cover at CES, or what you're excited to be at CES in general at all. If you don't really care if we cover it or not, but you probably that'd be nice if you cared. I'm gonna cover where I normally sit. Up. There we go. Okay, so hit me up on Twitter there for a while. I'm going to go talk about something else for a little bit, if there is even any more topics. Apparently CSGO is the best-selling game on Steam in 2015. It beat out GTA 5 and it beat out Fallout 4. I'm not super surprised that it beat out Fallout 4, considering Fallout 4 was only out for like 2 months or something. So I don't know. I don't think that's that surprised. Also, I'm going to speculate here. I don't know if everyone's been speculating about this or not, but I'm going to speculate here that a lot of that was not necessarily purchases that well, it's money, so they're probably happy about it, but not necessarily purchases that you want. I played CSGO for quite a bit in the first, I'd say, half of this year, and every single time that there was a sale, everyone that I knew that played actively would lessen the amount that they played, because the amount of people that hacked would just absolutely skyrocket. The amount of new, basically brand new accounts that would just randomly have CSGO and randomly be destroying in games in completely ridiculous ways that would show up right around sales and then would disappear within maybe 2 weeks was insane and would still count into their sales records. So, yeah. Also, I think this is best-selling as in amount of sales. Not best-selling as in, it's owners, so it's amount of sales, not revenue from the sales. So when you just kill the cost of a really popular game, people are probably going to buy it. I don't know. So it went, first place was Counter-Strike Global Offensive, then it was Grand Theft Auto 5, then Fallout 4, then Ark Survival Evolved, Rocket League, Garry's Mod, Left 4 Dead 2, Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim, Terraria, and then Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt in number 10. It goes down to 25. I don't think I'm that surprised, but I don't know. I think a lot of it's not necessarily the most genuine of sales. Let's see what you guys are excited for. Joachim Johansson, I hope I'm saying that right. Can you guys see this? Yeah, that's kind of not small enough. Let me get a better view for you guys. Sorry, 1 second. Screen capture. I'm just going to do 2 blocks. Whap. There we go. I think that's better. So Joachim Johansson, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, says, I would love to see some home automation stuff. I would too, if it's actually new and good. I've seen a lot of home automation stuff at these shows, which is really not that impressive and kind of generally crap. So hopefully there's better ones. Not that long ago on Kickstarter, I saw one that I think was called the Gecko switch. And the idea was that you would take out a current switch that was in your home, put the home base of that switch's Gecko switch there, and then basically a wall sticker switch somewhere else, and then that would essentially move where the switch is. That's actually kind of cool, because then you could have a bank of switches somewhere that you can basically move them around, because the amount of times that you have to cover a switch up with something, or a switch happens to be in a completely illogical location, I don't know, drives me absolutely nuts. So that's kind of a cool solution for that. iPhone soccer again, I don't think that's going to be happening. We're not sponsored by the best damn screen protectors out there this year. We're sponsored by Squarespace, build it beautiful. So maybe we'll have it super fun about kicking websites around. I doubt it. Looking forward to more VR shenanigans, readily available to the public. That'll be cool. I don't think CES is going to be largely like maybe at CES companies will be announcing their finalized dates of when you're going to be able to get them, or maybe they're going to be announcing the ability to pre-order them or something, but I don't think there's going to be any obviously like full-on releases there. HTC Vive breakthrough announcement, we will see. Hopefully that's good. Some new displays would be nice too. Displays are a fairly common thing. Oh wow, this is not working perfectly, so it needs to be there. So Jimmy Leander, I'm gonna go with that. Says some new displays would be nice too. That's actually fairly common. I think last year we had HP and LG talking about displays. Monitors and TVs are always definitely a thing at CES. So if there aren't monitors being a big thing, there will be TVs at the very least. The amount of 8K TVs this year is probably going to be annoyingly insane. Also excited for Linus Drop Tips 2016. Any comment on that?
I don't drop anything on purpose.
Which is why it's even more amazing.
I think that's why people like it. All right, so no real comment on that other than that he doesn't do it on purpose. Moving down. People are excited for VR. That's good because I'm already planning a few videos on that, hopefully. So hopefully you like it and share it and watch it and do all that kind of fun stuff so that I can keep doing videos on VR. More Linus dropping things. Wow. Ruthless. So to see some new PC cases, I think there's at least a few companies that I'm going to see that have PC cases, and if that's true for me, there's probably some with Linus as well. So if you're excited for PC cases, that's probably going to be fine. We're probably not going to be playing soccer again, so unfortunately, probably not. Linus's new top dog monitor. Linus's new best monitor yet, maybe. Have you felt tremors? So someone's asking a not CES related question, which is probably more for Linus than for me. But he's asking about an earthquake that was up here recently. I don't think we felt it that hard, did we?
Oh yeah.
You did?
Oh yeah, I was in my office. So I was like one story up. It was crazy. And Taryn came like ripping up to my office and was like, holy crap, did you feel that? Was that an earthquake?
Oh wow.
I was watching the hit plate and I thought someone kicked my chair.
I was asleep and had a crazy dream that like Colton died and I bought a plane and like weird things happened. I told Colton about it. It was funny, but it's a completely unrelated topic. But yeah, I had no idea it happened. But then when I woke up and everyone was freaking out about it, I was like, yeah, that makes sense as to what the hell my dream was about. So apparently I'm not going to wake up if there's a crazy freaking earthquake. Dale Caldwell says that he's interested in augmented reality. I really hope that's a thing this year. One of the problems that I foresee with augmented reality is that it has to be really, really, really good. VR actually has the lucky exception of being able to be constantly powered by a computer. Augmented reality is going to, honestly, in its ultimate form, need to look like a very normal pair of glasses that happens to have the lenses are able to have projections on them somehow so you can see things on the normal lenses. I think that's one of the ultimate levels for augmented reality until they get it into like contact lenses, but like, whoa, dang. So I don't know, we'll see. Mostly augmented reality stuff we've seen so far has been kind of not great. So I don't know. Yeah, people just saw Edsel in the LAN hoodie. I think that's still going to be a while till that's available, unfortunately.
You'll get yours at the show.
What? That's awesome. Apparently I'm getting one at the show, so that's cool. Dun, dun, dun. Tons of people saying monitors and VR. So at least there's one category for each of us, right? Is that your text message, sir?
Just
Oh, that's fun. Is she your Baymax? Someone says all you care about is Squarespace ads. That's good, because I think every video will have one. So hopefully you really like Squarespace ads.
and you really like Luke saying it.
I know, and you really like me saying build it beautiful, because I'm probably going to go ham the entire time. My voice is going to be gone near the end of it, too, if it's anything like previous years. So it's going to be like, Squarespace, build it beautiful, which is probably going to be even better. So let me know. Linus dropping things and breaking them. Damn, you guys really didn't forget about that, did you? AMD Polaris. I'll see if it's going to be there. I'm the one going to the AMD booth, so hopefully they've got some really cool stuff. Excited for some NVIDIA stuff. I think they have a VR thing. I'm not sure. It's probably just VR GameWorks. Oculus Consumer. I'm going to go to the Oculus booth. Their media contact is like literally the hardest people to talk to ever, so we still don't have an actual media contact at Oculus. So I'm just going to go line up like I have at every show that we've done anything about Oculus with. So hopefully I can make that actually fit. But yeah, I will try. The exciting thing about Vive and Oculus Consumer version, if you're excited for those news from CES, is that they're probably coming out relatively soon. So you don't have to worry about like seeing it from CES and then waiting a ridiculously long period of time. That spoiler? What spoiler? Oh, I think someone said something about Star Wars. Super excited to see some advances in VR. Okay, I think I might be done with this Twitter blitz. Basically, everyone's saying the same things. Home automation, VR, monitors, and Linus drops things. So, someone said VR and sex dolls. I don't think that they're gonna... Oh, I just deleted my thing. That's awkward. I don't know where it is. I'm not gonna have a lower third for the rest of the show, because I literally just deleted it. So that's unfortunate, but it's probably fine. I was trying to delete the Twitter one and deleted the wrong one, and then also deleted the Twitter one. So that's probably fine. Oh, this is actually totally cool. There's a totally experimental CPU that is integrated with optical logic, which promises significant power reductions. There's some quotes here that are saying things like the estimated power usage of data centers is like 20 to 30% based on just transferring data within themselves. Nick is apparently going to fix the lower third, I'm assuming.
Oh, I was...
Nope, he's doing something else. Screw the... No, doesn't even matter. No one wants it anyways.
It's okay.
Okay. Apparently he's fixing it. And this should help quite a bit. So they're essentially... This is a very odd topic, to be completely honest. Researchers say that it's 10 to 50 times the rate for a comparable electronic microprocessor because it can... data transfer in the prototype occurred at 300 gigabytes per square millimeter, which is kind of obscene. Something to remember about this topic is that it started with totally experimental, and there's still giant problems like light leaking out of the chip, meaning that you could, lose data and things wouldn't exactly be reliable at all. That totally sounds like a problem that they can and will solve, but it just feeds into the totally experimental side of things. If we see this, it won't be for a while. Electrical engineer Cheyenne Mokhirja, hopefully I say that correctly, says that making chips like this required etching off part of the silicon, although I still don't necessarily understand what he means by that, because if you're adding in optical connectors, I would expect you to just make a whole new one, not like etch part of your current one off. But maybe that's why it's totally experimental. I don't know. We've got another topic in here which is actually kind of funny because I reviewed this controller. The topic name is that why Microsoft can't keep the $150 Xbox Elite controller in stock. And there's a ton of comments on this, but basically what it comes down to, I'm going to share the MSN News link, is that they looked at the market, saw that basically everyone was using, all the pro guys were using SCUF controllers, thought that it was relatively saturated but wanted to release this controller anyways, gave it to some people. Those people said, yeah, it's cool, but it's really expensive, so I don't expect that many people to buy it. Then they released it, and a whole bunch of people wanted to buy it, so they didn't pre-produce as many as they were hoping for. They're estimating that Microsoft has made 500,000 controllers, and that's apparently not nearly enough. I don't know. I think that Scuf is probably super happy that Microsoft can't keep their controllers in stock. But another thing that I've heard actually before reading this article is that Scuf hasn't felt too much of a hit from this. I'm expecting that it's more not necessarily the console pro gamers or console super crazy high-end gamers that are buying the Xbox Elite controller. I'm assuming it's probably more like, I play a lot of Xbox games and would like a way better controller experience, so I'm going to grab this thing. I think that's cool. I actually really liked it, and I could understand PC gamers buying it as well if you're someone who would use a controller a lot for PC games, which is definitely a thing. And before PCMR people freak out, there's games that work for that. Action-based games, stuff like Assassin's Creed, I prefer to play with a controller. Racing games, if you don't have a racing wheel, keyboard and mouse is kind of not the greatest for that. Metal Gear Solid, apparently. Brandon likes it better on controller. I haven't played that one yet. I don't know. Whatever. A lot of space games are getting popular now. I've seen ads for... Oh, crap. Elite Dangerous in movie theaters and stuff recently. And on TV, which is kind of crazy, actually. Star Citizen has done some alpha thing recently that you would probably prefer to play with a controller over a keyboard and mouse, but I'm not sure. I personally use my HOTAS. So, whatever it is, I don't know. You do you, man. Apparently more than 9,000 UK households are saying that they still watch black and white TV. You need a different license for watching different things. I don't really know how the whole UK viewing TV thing works. I've heard that you have to have a license, that it's not really an option, and that's how they fund the BBC and stuff. I don't know. But black and white licenses cost £50, while color licenses cost £150. So I'm kind of wondering if some people have found a way to do something so that they still get color signals and they can pay less for it. But who knows? Apparently there's still a ton of people with black and white TVs in the UK. That's pretty weird. Other random news from around the world, because not a ton of stuff happens before CES, and we have to find something to talk about in this segment while I'm by myself. Belgium, their biggest advertisement board, which is apparently massive. It looks massive if you see the picture. I'll show you guys here in a moment. Was hijacked or hacked or whatever you want to call it. And they did some pretty funny things. You can see there used to be a Coca-Cola ice cold drink Coca-Cola ad thing. And then they trolled the crap out of it by putting on a troll face, which I find, while it's illegal, kind of hilarious. They did some other things, apparently. I don't know if the photos of them are in here. No, it doesn't look like it. Here it is. On the roof of the Coca-Cola logo, a series of images. One that says, "Hello, BXL." Another one that featured the Coca-Cola logo with naked breasts in the background. So I don't know if Coca-Cola was necessarily that mad about that. And they did a few other things. One of the silly parts was that the guys that did this filmed themselves doing it. And I've heard that there's been complaints filed against whose faces have been made unrecognizable in the video below. Yeah, so they showed their faces. I don't see where the video below is. Oh, this is probably the video below. I'm going to mute it. I thought that was an image. Yes, this is the video below. We'll see if it even plays. It's trying to load right now. But like, they showed their faces in the video that they filmed of them hacking this panel, which like, you guys are so dumb. I don't know. Yeah, highly illegal, and they're probably going to get screwed over now because they showed their faces on the thing. Although them getting screwed over is probably fair because they hacked something and put nude images on it behind company logos and stuff. So I don't know. Whatever. You can decide what you think about that. I think it's kind of funny, but not a good thing. So, oh well. Intel has acquired a company called Altera, which is an FPGA or field programmable gate array company. Altera seems to be quite happy about it, which is probably not too surprising. Dan McNamara. which is an Altera veteran who I think led this whole takeover thing, says that combining Altera's industry-leading FPGA tech and customer support with Intel's world-class semiconductor manufacturing capabilities will enable customers to create the next generation of electronic systems with unmatched performance and power efficiency, which is actually pretty sick. Everyone in chat's like, just a prank, bro. Yeah. I wonder if that was actually what happened in the video. That would be kind of hilarious. People in chat are talking about Activision buying MLG for $43 million. I'm going to be completely honest. I had not heard about that, but it's on WCCF Tech. So if you want to check it out, you can go there and check it out. Apparently they bought MLG. So now what? It's Activision, Blizzard, King, and MLG. Maybe Blizzard will finally get good at, having competitive titles. WoW's Arena has been a disaster ever since the start. Actually, I think getting kicked out of MLG, so maybe WoW's Arena will be back in MLG. And I've been constantly frustrated by them basically abandoning games. My brother was a caster at ColdSC on Twitter for StarCraft for a while, and they did nothing to help StarCraft. They actually hindered the progress of StarCraft's competitive scene, which is extremely frustrating. Heroes of the Storm. They don't really seem to be doing a whole lot to help in that department. Hearthstone, they pushed really hard for a while, and then I don't know. They seem to just make games and then go, I don't know. Maybe with the acquisition of MLG, they can push super hard with Overwatch. That would be cool. I don't know. I really want Overwatch to work. I want competitive Blizzard games to be a thing. Sorry about the frustration. Look at Diablo. That's like all I have to say. Okay. Moving on. I don't think I'm going to do that many more topics, then I'm probably going to get out of here. Oops. I think that's actually probably it for topics. Oh, right. This is actually kind of awesome and funny in the same sentence. Switzerland is really driving for a universal phone charger for everything. All the phones, not just Android phones, not just Apple phones, all the phones. I'm not going to bother switch to the website because it's Vice, and apparently Vice is all ads at this point. Literally, okay, look at this. I'm going to switch my screen. You can't even see the title of the article because the picture for the article is so big, and then the ad is so big that it actually pushes the entire article off of the front of the fold of the website. So that's crazy. We're going to jump back to my doc so that I can actually read things about it. Mobile phones will have to be compatible with a universal charger by mid-2017 at the latest. I think they probably already are, because there's cables that are universal. Are you just gonna like drink alcohol in the stream?
It is New Year's Day, whatever.
No.
Yeah. Oh no, that's tomorrow.
New Year's Eve.
No, yeah, okay. It's New Year's.
Are you already drunk?
No, it's not open yet.
Okay.
Okay, so our construction company sent this over. I don't know what Luke was talking about.
That's fine.
Before I got
It's not
here.
that important. I kind of ran out of interesting topics, to be completely honest. Like a while ago.
Why are we sitting on top of this cable? It's completely in the way.
Linus Media Group.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna fix this. Okay, get up off your chair. I'm getting in here. I'm organizing things.
Oh yeah.
Things are gonna get better.
You did a lot.
So you're just gonna keep talking, and I'm gonna keep drinking.
Okay. So anyway, Switzerland, it wants universal charger, or it has to be compatible with a universal charger. I think they kind of already are. It just needs multiple ends. So I'm assuming that they want it to be compatible with a charger that is able to plug directly in to whatever phone it is. I think they're probably going to have a lot of backlash from Apple on this one, so we'll see how that works. I think, yeah, it says the European Union has previously voted on this, and Switzerland is bringing itself in line with regulations. So, yeah, I don't really see this being a huge thing unless basically all of the EU gets behind it, but we'll see what happens. Do you know how to properly open those?
I have no idea.
All right. Yeah, just pull on it.
I mean,
That'll
I would
work.
assume. I don't know. It's hard.
I would turn it.
Turn?
No. That.
Oh, that does make sense.
I've
You
never opened one of
turn it.
those either, but looking at the construction, it pops, right?
Yeah, it's gonna shoot. Don't aim it at me. You should put like
A bucket over it?
usually you put like a rag over it or like this glove over it, or you could let it hit the expensive leg.
Here, use this.
What is it?
It's a WAN show sweater.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, so you start because you'll start twisting, and
Really?
all of a sudden it's like boom. 'Cause
Okay,
I've, like, dented the
here we
roof
go.
with
Are you allowed to drink on Twitch?
I don't know. Maybe just don't.
Maybe just don't. It's not open yet.
Are you allowed to open it?
Oh! Whoa! Wow! That really
I
exploded.
wasn't joking, dog. Now
Wow.
There's foam everywhere, so watch out.
Is it?
Yeah, away from computers. Oh, it's not. Oh, you're good.
Well, that was that. That was exciting.
Don't drink it.
I'm not gonna drink it, but that was amazing. Okay. Now I gotta go find the cork.
Quit.
I'm
You
glad.
didn't catch it with the sweater?
I don't know.
It shot through it. I don't think it shot through it.
Because I've dented a roof
Oh.
doing it, so I'm
You
very
dented a roof.
There we go. I found the cork.
Wow.
good job.
There it is. There it is. Happy New Year.
Oh.
Luke doesn't drink. That's why this is funny. All right. All right. Back to your regularly scheduled whatever.
Which is probably ending. So thanks for the epic ending. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out our content at CES 20. Is that right? Yeah, CES 2015 this year.
16.
CES 2016 because it will be next year. By then, I'm gonna screw that up a lot. The amount of times I've done like Computex 2015 and PAX Prime 2015 and PAX East 2015 has been a lot. So I'll have to remember to say CES 2016. Anyways, check us out. Probably know the YouTube channel. YouTube.com/Linus Tech Tips. Yeah, that's the one. Over 60 videos. I'm gonna be doing an after party after this. Not for a little while though, because the work day isn't technically over. So I have other stuff to do, and then I'll be doing one later. Freshbooks, thank you Freshbooks, Squarespace, thank you Squarespace, okay, bye.